swift and intense reasons Brian retires 4 years before Paul Walker's farewell in Furious 7 are perfectly explained. Fast and Furious gave an explanation of Brian O'Connor's departure from Dom's crew 4 years prior to his retirement in Furious 7. Furious 7 had to reconsider Paul Walker's narrative and figure out a way to write him out of the popular franchise by the movie's conclusion after he died tragically and unexpectedly in a car accident in the middle of the filming. Rather than replicating the actual catastrophe, Universal chose to preserve Brian's life. Rather, the decision was made for him to retire, which would account for the character's absence from upcoming movies. This still holds true in later movies, such as Fast X. All things considered, Furious 7 skillfully made the best of a dire circumstance by creating a heartfelt farewell for Brian. Even though he was supposed to have a happy ending on screen, it was still tragic that his untimely death forced him to be left out of the films in which he had played such a significant role. But even before he made the decision to retire, the long-running Fast and Furious film series, which is produced by Universal, had already set the stage for him to lead the perilous life that Dominic Toretto and his La Familia have been leading. Among the Fast Five are the real reason behind Brian's retirement. 4 years prior to his retirement in Furious 7, Brian had hinted that he would eventually be leaving Dom's pack. 2011 saw the release of Justin Lin's Fast Five, in which he candidly discussed how his father was never present, and thus left him with few memories. Brian's main reason for leaving La Familia's operations at the end was to put his family first. This could be seen as his attempt to break the cycle and make sure his children don't go through what he went through with an absentee father. Fast and Furious Paul Walker's resolution maintains Brian's motivation. It's wonderful that the Fast saga keeps Brian alive. It resulted in one of the franchise's greatest scenes, in which he and Dom drove apart, symbolizing their physical separation in light of Walker's actual circumstances. Having said that, it was a bold decision because it could present significant narrative problems for the films in the future. Thus far, Fast and Furious has done an excellent job of keeping Brian alive and providing a valid explanation for his prolonged absence from Dom's adventure, especially considering his early years.